Ontario. They're actually going to vector him in onto this unknown aircraft, and we're going to see what's going on.
All right.
So we're trying to get your attention, and we want you to follow us. There he goes. That should be a great indicator to the pilot. Something's up, and it's not a coincidence having a military airplane here.
Now, it's fascinating to me, David, that the F-16 is a supersonic fighter jet, and yet it can get so slow to try and intercept these aircraft.
If there's any history or bad intentions of this, the owner of this aircraft, they're putting it all together. But we're starting to get a little bit more nervous because he did not follow the direction on the first pass. He just kept flying along, blissfully unaware, thinking it was just a coincidence. I had a military airplane up here, probably waved at him, and then just kept going on his merry way. So NORAD, we're getting a little more jumpy here. And we're trying to figure out as to what's going on, so we're going to up our game a little bit. On this pass, we're going to do a maneuver called a headbutt. Now, for the sake of the demonstration, we're going to use afterburners to replace the use of flares. But you're going to see the F-16 come up on the left wing. He's going to rock the wings again, but ultimately he's going to fire across the nose of the aircraft in a safe manner. The afterburners will indicate the use of flares, which is really us trying to get the attention of the bad airplane. So here he comes. He's going to start rocking the wings here in a second, but he's going to culminate crossing the nose safely. Great question. NORAD has not just the F-16 here. It depends where you are in the United States and Canada. You'll have F-16 at numerous locations. We have the F-15 as well. If you're in Alaska, you may see an F-22. The F-35 is slowly coming into the U.S. inventory. And up in Canada, if we were doing this, we'd have an RCAF F-18, ultimately the F-35. A great lead in here is why are we using an aircraft, U.S. aircraft here in Canada? This is a great example of the shared involvement in NORAD between Canada and the United States. We can use U.S. airplanes in Canada, we can use Canadian aircraft in the United States.
So at this point in the intercept, describe for us what's happening. It looks like our GA aircraft is getting a little bit lower and slower, but the F-16 is still keeping an eye on it.
Yep, so we have got we're going to do it direct to land. So he's following in, and you're going to see the landing gear of the F-16. They'll have it lowered, which is the international flight symbol for directing him to land at the airport I'm pointing you at. So you're going to see the bad guys that have realized the error of their ways. They're going to be directed to land here at Abbotsford. We're going to have some security folks to meet them, talk to them, find out why they erred in their ways. But the F-16 is going to follow them along very slowly with his landing gear down until the aircraft is safely down. And then he'll head off, maintain a tactical position overhead until he knows security forces have met the aircraft.
All right, our Beech aircraft about to touch down at runway 07 as the F-16
Until we get the security taking out the bad guys. And at this point, we'd be reporting up the chain that NORAD had another successful intercept of a TFR intruding aircraft. And it's what we are doing as part of our mission here to defend the airspace of both Canada and the United States. This originated in 1958 when NORAD was created, and we were in the Cold War at that time, and our main mission was to defend against any adversarial threats that may occur. And the operation of 9/11, it changed things how we do in NORAD. Our mission set changed a little bit, and it evolved into us looking internally for potential threats, which leads to the TFR defense that we exhibited here.
Now, as we were watching, I sensed that there was a lot of precision and excellence in these intercepts. It looks like it's a well-oiled machine. It would suggest to me that these happen all the time. Is that the case, or?
Sadly, it is. We do this 3 to 4 times a week, which is why we're here to educate. Ultimately, we're trying to save the money.
So there's a nice pass by Crab. He gets a little time to enjoy the system. As indicated, he's from the 120th Fighter Squadron in Colorado. It is they're known as a unit of first. They're an Air National Guard unit, and they were first in the Air Guard, formed in 1923, originally flying Jennies. They've gone through their history. They were the first and only Air National Guard aerial demonstration team known as the Minutemen, and in 1968 they were the first Air National Guard unit mobilized for combat in Vietnam. They had over 6,000 sorties and 10,000 hours in Vietnam. Since then, they've transitioned through numerous aircraft, F-80, F-86, F-100, the A-7, until they came in and are flying the current version of the F-16.
A couple more questions that I want to ask you. During these intercepts, are the airplanes actually carrying weapons?
If we were doing this for real, from the normal ACA sites around Canada and the United States, the aircraft that showed up on your wingtip would be armed. You'd have a collection of missiles and a gun. Ultimately, we hope we never have to use them, but they are certainly in a position that they can do so if they have to.
So definitely not a private air show for that general aviation aircraft.
As we just showed everybody, no, this was not a private air show.
So what can pilots do to prevent these kinds of things from happening in the future?
This is what we ask the general aviation crowd, is do your education. You're a pilot. With that comes responsibilities, and we want you to do your mission planning and everything that will preclude an event like this happening. So it was a great pleasure for NORAD. As you see chaff rolling out here on final, NORAD's been doing this for over 66 years. We've been monitoring the airspace in and around North America for airborne threats. NORAD personnel at the headquarters in Colorado, in the NORAD regions in Alaska, Canada, and the continental United States, all 4 air defense sectors, and at the wings and bases across the US and Canada that do support our flight operations. They serve every day to keep you safe, which is why at NORAD we say we have the watch.
And the next most important job of NORAD, of course, is at Christmas Eve, always tracking Santa Claus as he makes his way across the world.
That's a great point. For all the kids that are out here watching this, just remember on December 24th, when your parents show you Santa Claus trap flying around the world, that comes from NORAD, and we make sure he gets through and delivers all the presents.
Well, thank you very much, Major Loudon, for joining me up here on the announcer stage. Let's give NORAD and our pilots a great round of applause for doing a great demonstration of a simulated intercept.
Absolutely our pleasure. Glad the crowd enjoyed it. Thank you very much.